Bulavinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tavenga Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, bogus surveyors cheating Fijians. Knife point rapist gets 14 years jail term. And 10,000 to benefit from new Navosar hospital.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Concerns have been raised about the increase in the number of bogus surveyors going around and lying to the people. Fiji Surveyors Institute Vice President Paserio Samisoni highlighted this issue while addressing surveyors during Global Surveyors Day. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Speaking to surveyors at the first Global Surveyors Day in Fiji, Paserio Samisoni revealed the numerous complaints they have received about bogus surveyors.
This has become a real and urgent issue of late, given the number of bogus surveyors who are, for want of a better word, duping the public into thinking that they are registered surveyors, which they are not, and many are also not even registered survey technicians.
Samisoni is calling on all survey profession to unite and try and eradicate the plight of these bogus surveyors.
They are defrauding the public by false pretenses and never completing the survey. This is mainly due to ignorance on their part as to following due processes. These bogus surveys are causing great concern amongst the general public.
Apart from the issue of bogus agents, the Ministry of Lands is also trying to solve the shortage of registered surveyors.
Ask for your assistance, the surveying profession and the surveying companies and institutions, of a huge challenge that we face in the ministry, that is the shortage of surveyors. It has been raised in Parliament recently.
Meanwhile, the Global Surveyors Day was for the first time celebrated in Fiji, and more than 40 surveyors attended the event at the Suva Bowling Club. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
A 37-year-old man who abducted and raped a young girl in 2014 has been sentenced to 14 years and 9 months imprisonment. Umendra Kumar was convicted of 1 count of abduction and 3 counts of rape. Pranita Prakash reports.
During the 2-week trial, the court heard that on 10th January 2014, Umendra Kumar abducted the 14-year-old girl from Nasinu at knife point. Kumar took the victim to Nandi, where he raped her between 11th and 12th of January. On 13th January, he took the 14-year-old girl to Raki and raped her again. The court heard that the victim was in Kumar's captive for 5 days until she was rescued by police officers. The High Court judge, while sentencing Kumar, said that victim suffered injuries and has also gone through psychological trauma. Kumar has been in a de facto relationship for 19 years and has a 17-year-old son. The High Court judge also said that the society cannot condone such acts on children. The judge also said that the legislation has directed harsher penalties for these acts. The non-parole period is 11 years and 9 months. Pranita Prakash, FBC News.
There's a high risk of the killer meningococcal disease spreading in boarding schools and people living in the same house. The disease, which is caused by bacteria that can cause infections in the lining of the brain and in the blood, spreads via saliva or spit. The Health Ministry is calling on the public to take heed of the warnings. Akosita Thale reports.
The public is advised to refrain from sharing eating utensils, water bottles, cups, taki drinks, cigarettes or cover bowls, as this increases the risk of getting the meningococcal disease.
Because the people most at risk of this disease when there's a suspected case are the people living in the same household as that case. Because as I mentioned, it's spread through saliva and spit, so that's more likely to be spread amongst household members.
Dr. Sahu Khan says boarding schools also shouldn't take this lightly, as they are more at risk to the disease.
Because within a dormitory, those are considered household contacts. So those are also the high-risk cases. So whenever we have a notice of a case, our outbreak response team in the divisions is activated, and they will go and investigate and treat accordingly.
The Health Ministry is calling on the public to practice proper hygiene by covering their mouth with tissue or handkerchief while sneezing or coughing and washing hands daily with soap and water. Ako si Tatale, FBC News.
Over 10,000 Fijians will benefit from the new Navosa hospital in the Nandrongan Navosa province. The groundbreaking ceremony for the hospital was held today in Keasi, Singatoka. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The new hospital will bring a lot of relief for people living in the interior of the Nandrongan Navosa province, as they will not be travelling far for medical services.
In the past, the nearly 10,000 Fijians residing throughout the subdivision have needed to travel to Singatoka, to Mba, to Nandi, to seek specialized treatments like x-rays and ultrasounds, maternity services, pharmacy services, and laboratory testing. I'm proud to say that upon the completion of this hospital, that will no longer be the reality for health care in Navosa. All of these services will be offered here in Keasi.
The hospital will be manned by at least 40 staff.
This hospital will replace the current Keasi Health Center, dramatically upgrading the health services offered to the entire Nandrongan Navosa province. An expansive area of land with dozens of deep rural villages and settlements that will utilize this new facility upon its opening. I understand it will take 18 months for the rebuild of this hospital.
The approximately $30 million project will improve medical services in the province, which has been hailed by the residents.
We here in Navosa are really happy, as a new hospital will be built soon. Before, it was really hard for us to travel down to the Singatoka hospital, as it would take hours. But now we will not have to travel far anymore.
We are happy that the new Navosa hospital will be built soon. It will be a relief for us families living in this province.
You would have noticed in the last few years many women have been given birth on the road. The number of miles that we have to travel to reach Keasi. And from here we were referred to Singatoka and then to Lotoka. And we were not prepared to pay our transport from Vatumali to Singatoka, and the lack of transport and the ambulance. So I guess the women, we are really, really happy.
With the official groundbreaking ceremony done today on the new Navosa hospital, works is also expected to start soon, as the project will be completed in 18 months' time. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
70 to 80% of national topper scholarships are given to the science field due to the huge shortage of this profession. This was stressed by Economy Minister Ayasaid Kayum during the budget consultation at the University of Fiji Suva campus, after requests were made if law students could also benefit from the scheme. Savara Tambor reports.
More than 100 students attended to the budget consultation this afternoon and raised issues pertaining the need for more labs, more budget for the university, and mostly for the tertiary education loans scholarship program. Law student Sharuk Ali had suggested the need for more scholarships for law studies.
Did there be any allocation for law students so they go and get their national purpose?
What we see as a career, where we are coming from, is that we need to look at it from the perspective of what will be good for the economy. We can have lots of lawyers. It does not mean that if we have lots of lawyers, the economy will grow. Some may argue it will be reversed. But the point of the matter is that at the moment, this country needs a lot more people in science. We need to get more people thinking about science.
Ayad Kayum also responded to a question posed regarding the need to increase the budget allocation provided for the university.
Model now, the funding structure is actually determined by the Higher Education Commission. The Higher Education Commission has a formula. They look at the courses, they look at the size of the university, etc. And they're the ones who actually give us the funding level.
The University of Fiji was allocated more than $3 million in the 2017-2018 budget, whereas USP and FNU received $56 million and $30 million respectively. Sawera Tambua, FBC News.
Still to come, saving forests for Fiji's future. And oral submissions on sex offenders bill to start tomorrow. Stay with us.
bula kera mai singatoka kera ndo talita kana varorong na radio Fiji 1 and ndo moi viti
ayaw na rin siya si kombinasyon mo tikola ndo talita kana radio Fiji 1 kina ndo moi viti
yang kuya zo silitale na gurara mai na omanyi na ndonga gitu talita gini yang gitu beneswale na gudorongo barrongo na radio Fiji 1 na ndo moi viti
na radio Fiji 1 na ndo moi viti na bonga ni BNN.
The Ministry of Forest is working on replenishing the diminishing stock of native trees. Eleanor Tarangaivu reports the planting of native trees was the order of the day at the International Day of Forest celebration at the Katunivere ground in Lambasa today.
82% of the total forest cover in Vuno level comprises of native trees. The heavy commercial logging of these species has prompted a major replanting program with the Ministry of Forest.
Fiji will need to continue to focus on the expansion of its forest and support investments in the reforestation of unutilized land and the rehabilitation of degraded lands and forests.
Apart from its commercial use, most of the native tree species are totems and have huge traditional values. The extinction of these trees would mean the loss of its value and its many uses, one of which is to help in the fight against climate change.
We need to ensure that our forests are more resilient through their sustainable management and that they are able to cope with the impacts of climate change and continue to provide us with numerous products and services that are vital for our survival.
Now behind me you can see a line of these trees that were planted earlier today by members of the public. Hey Jodi's here in Lambasa, led by the Tui Maduata Ratu William Katunivere.
This is a good beginning for us. The Tui Maduata has started it and it will trickle down to all the villages in the Maduata province to ensure that we bring back our forest cover.
This is the Ndakua Makandre plant, one of the 100 native trees that's being planted here at the Lambasa Botanical Gardens to commemorate International Day of Forests 2018. Eleanor Turangaibu, FBC News.
It's important to strike appropriate and sustainable balance when forests are being cleared for infrastructure developments. President Major General retired Chiochi Kondrote stressed the importance of trees at the International Day of Forest celebration in Suva today. Kelly Vadala reports.
A number of initiatives have been implemented to protect our trees and forests.
The Fijian government, through the Ministry of Forests, encourages and supports sustainable wood processing business ventures, and at the same time, Fiji's commitment is evident in our reforestation programs, which focuses on the replanting of protection trees like the Ndakua, the Vesi, and the Manu, and mangroves, as well as production trees like sandalwood, mahogany, and pine.
The Fiji National Red Plus program is another initiative aimed at reducing emission from deforestation and forest degradation. Forestry Minister Oceana Ingamu says this day is marked to create awareness on the importance of forests for sustainable development.
Encourage all the communities in Fiji to participate in planting trees, especially in the Kua, Vesi, the Manu. Clearly, Fiji there has been logged in previous years, but not much initiative has been taken place. The current government has embarked on a reforestation program, especially on native species.
School students from Suva, along with members from the Diplomatic Corps, were part of the event where trees were planted at the Boren House to mark the day. The theme for this year's International Forest Day is Forests and Sustainable Cities. Let's make our cities and towns grow greener, healthier, a happier place to live. Kelly Vadala, FBC News.
The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Justice, Law and Human Rights is scheduled to sit tomorrow to hear oral submissions from the public on the Registration of Sex Offenders Bill. Deputy Chair Matayasi Mataiwalu says the committee is aware of their short time to deliberate on the bill and have sought approval to sit additional days and on the weekends if needed. Maggie Boyle reports a report on the Registration of Sex Offenders Bill is scheduled to be tabled in Parliament in less than a month.
Empty seats for now, with submitters expected to flood the committee proceedings from tomorrow.
People that would want to hear from the police and the corrections, because this involves them a lot, and all the other organizations as put out in the bill, And we are looking at others as well, you know, the churches, the NGOs.
The Deputy Chair, aware of the enormity of scrutinising the new legislation that has the power to change the landscape of serious sexual crime.
One of the concerns that came up was, you know, when sex offenders from other jurisdictions come into Fiji, we do not know, you know, that they had committed those offences overseas. But hopefully, you know, we start to scrutinise it and see how the state could work with other states too.
While the bill was unanimously passed, there are concerns from the opposition ranks.
The fact remains that there are some issues that need to be addressed first. We need to go and seek the views of the public, and also the party to consult its members.
The police force and the corrections service are expected to make their submissions on the bill on Friday. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Another police officer was assaulted in Tavua yesterday. A remand prisoner assaulted the officer when he was being escorted to the Tavua Magistrates Court. Semesa Mbokini then escaped from police custody but was arrested this afternoon. Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police ACP Rusiate Tenravu says the force is warning those who are assaulting law enforcement officers. This is the third such incident since last weekend.
We do not condone that, and we have special teams that have been tasked to follow suit on all cases, especially those that escape from our custody. This is one area of concern to us. And it has gone another step when they assaulted our police officers and then they escape. This is very serious.
In sports later on with Jamie, Tuvalu rugby team ready for the Mara Sevens, but here's Rachel with the latest in business.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up in business tonight. New FBC OB bus to provide live coverage nationwide. And in Growing Fiji, work on multi-million-dollar hotel begins. Stay with us.
Moala radada ranavika, o tikongona taunu singatoka, ando talitaka na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na serre.
We are the Rasubuni Kurnambili. Ibora ni batu kara hambara binaranga. Do talitakinan na wakaronga ng Bull FM, number 2 na serre. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 na serre.
Leading business tonight, Fijians will now have access to premium television coverage of outside broadcast events through the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation's new bus. Launching the $2 million OB bus this morning, Chief Executive Ria Said Kiyim said it would be used for sporting and national events. The OB bus features 6 full high-definition cameras with the capability to expand to 15 cameras. Said Kiyim says this is the first locally designed and manufactured OB bus in Fiji and the Pacific.
This work started in January last year and was completed with the help of Whiteways Singapore, who helped with the design, planning and equipment. Fabrication was done by PA Lal from Fiji. The electrical work was done by Phonology, and the furniture was done by True Build Fiji.
And it's got a replay system, wireless camera as well, and a Steadicam. This will be the first time we will have wireless cameras in Fiji, and it will basically assist with all types of sporting productions that we will do.
And we now join Rocco from HFC Bank with the latest from the trading world.
Thank you. Let's have a look at what's moving the markets today. Here in Fiji, traders are looking forward to the new quarterly forecast from Federal Reserve officials. Overseas, the New Zealand's price index was released by Global Dairy Trade last night at -1.2% versus the previous -0.6%. A decision on New Zealand interest rates is also expected in the next day. By tomorrow, we expect to hear major announcements on US interest rate decisions and economic projections, as well as a speech from the new head of US Federal Reserve. We will wait and see how the market reacts. And that's all from me for now. Vinaka.
Thanks, Rocco. Looking at today's currency exchange rate set this morning for the Fijian dollar. Our dollar was on the rise against our major trading partners, Australia and New Zealand, and also gained against the PNG Kina and the Japanese yen. Taking a look at the commodities market, oil prices continue to rise at $63.73 a barrel. Gold fell over $5 to close at $1,311 an ounce, and silver followed suit, closing at $16.19 an ounce. And in Gorin, Fiji, tonight, Carpenters Property Limited has begun work on the multi-million-dollar 3-star hotel. The 180-room hotel will be built at the Carpenters Foreshore in Suva. Kritika Kumar reports the first phase of the project will be completed in November.
A total of $30 million will be invested in this hotel, which is expected to add beauty to the skyline of Suva and meet the increasing demand for better accommodation.
Our own study dictates that there is clearly a need for good quality 3-star rooms and good quality 5-star rooms in Suva.
The company will also build a 5-star Hilton hotel with 8 luxury apartments as part of its foreshore development project. Director Daniel Whippy says they are looking at competitive prices.
The prices and what we're going to offer is different. As you know, Worcester max value is a different supermarket game, and we're going to offer something different to the people and the tourists of Fiji.
Its multi-million-dollar investment in the capital city also includes the Carpenters Tower, which is being built on top of MHCC.
Almost all the international operators have shown interest in the projects, and some of the bidders are in town as we speak, and we have signed an MOU with one first-class international operator.
Around $250 million will be invested by the company in a span of about 3 years. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
And that's it from Business this evening. Here's Jamie with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. In sports tonight, Suva Zone lives up to expectations, and Sevens coach plans backed by Captain Tuwai. This and more after the break.
मैं प्रेमिला वायरुकू रेकी रेकी से सुबह मेरी आँख खुलती है तो मैं मिर्ची एफएम सुनती हूँ। मिर्ची एफएम इज नंबर 1। इट्स सो हॉट।
हम लोग बार टाउन के कैरियर ड्राइवर लोगों ने हम लोग के मिर्ची एफएम सुनो अच्छा लगे। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट।
हाय, मैं संध्या नारियल रेफ्रिकी से मेरे सारे दोस्त मिर्ची एफएम सुनते हैं। मिर्ची एफएम इज हॉट। आई लव मिर्ची एफएम।
हमें स्पिन टोटो ताबुआ के मिर्ची एफएम में सबसे अच्छा गाना बजे।
मिर्ची एफएम इट्स हॉट।
The Fiji Airways men's sevens captain Jerry Tuwai believes coach Gareth Baber has mapped out a good plan to take on the Hong Kong tournament and the Commonwealth Games. The captain says it's now up to the players to stay focused and stick to the plan. Vasnil Prasad reports.
With 2 World Rugby 7 Series tournament titles in the bag, Fiji Sevens skipper Jerry Tuwai is confident the current set of players and officials can produce results in the Commonwealth Games.
We have a very young boys, and we have a good management, good coach. Right now, we'll trust him. We'll trust him with the plan that he has for us, going to Hong Kong and Commonwealth.
For Tuwai, winning the country's first Olympic gold medal and 2 series titles is not enough as he sets his focus on the game in Gold Coast.
Olympics and Commonwealth Games, it's something big again, so I want to be part of that history.
Fiji Sevens winger Ronnie Sau, dubbed as a sledgehammer, also believes the current set of players can do the job in Australia.
For all of us, and if we've been selected, we will give our best if we selected. If in the current team or some other new players will come.
It's a steep hill to climb for the team. In 16 days, Fiji will aim to defend its 4th Hong Kong title, and a week later they'll focus on winning the first Commonwealth gold medal in rugby. Vashnil Prasad, FBC Sports.
The Tuvalu Sevens team believe they've adapted to the Fijian style of rugby and are ready to come out firing at the 42nd Fiji Betamara Sevens tournament this weekend. The visitors have been in Fiji since January and have competed at the Nawaka, Nisinu and Uluinakau Sevens tournaments. Melitavanga has more.
After competing in 3 local tournaments, the visitors are confident they now have the skills to play the Fijian style of rugby.
Last week we take part at the Uluinakau Sevens. I think we've been improving a lot from like our game, our moves, and compared to Nisinu Sevens. I think there's a big improvement.
The Tuvaluans came to Fiji earlier this year for a reason.
Here in Fiji to learn sevens, to develop our players, our local players, and because we already mentioned that we have goals and aims, so we need to achieve that end of the year. That's Oceania to qualify to be part of the core team for the World Series Sevens next year.
Coach Elama Eliasa is impressed with improvements shown by the players.
I haven't seen the other teams yet, like I haven't analyzed or known their weaknesses, strengths, but looking through my team, I'm pretty confident that we can make it. We'll try our best to do what we can do.
The Tuvaluans are among the 2 other regional teams, PNG and the Solomon Islands, who will compete against our local clubs in the 2-day tournament, which kicks off on Friday at Suva's ANZ Stadium. Melitavanga, FBC Sports.
The Samoan and New Zealand rugby communities are mourning the death of former All Black Dylan Mika, who died suddenly yesterday at the age of 45. Mars Brothers High School sprinter Tony Lemeki has laid his claim on the Blue Ribbon event in the Coca-Cola Games next month. Lemeki won the 100-meter final in the Suva Zone 2 this afternoon, clocking a time of 10.86 seconds. Luciana Tangedakimbao reports.
18-year-old Tony Lemeki is ready to prove all critics wrong and become the fastest athlete in Fiji finals next month.
My expectation was to come out and grab the goal like I just did, and I'm thankful for that. And I'm relieved that with the torn ligament, it didn't affect me that much, and I'm just so grateful and I thank the Lord.
Lemeki was part of Team Fiji in the Pacific Mini Games in Vanuatu and won a bronze medal in the 100 meters event. This has motivated him to achieve another milestone this year.
I just kept thinking about all the sacrifices, my family, the support, and also just the continuous prep talks before I came in for the 100.
Meanwhile, St. Joseph Secondary School are on track for a good outing after an impressive performance in the zone today.
Just to improve on what we have done from last year to improve this year. And I believe that most of the girls have done their best.
The focus now turns to the Coca-Cola Games, where Marist Brothers will hope to get the lost glory back. Luciana Tangedakimbao, FBC Sports.
Meanwhile, Mars Brothers High School defended its title in the boys division, winning 28 gold, while St. Joseph Secondary also defended its title in the girls division, winning 25 gold medals. The Vodafone Fiji football side hopes to acclimatize well before taking on the Philippines in their friendly international match tomorrow. Coach Christophe Gamel says they have 2 more training sessions before he finalizes his squad for the match.
With this mechanical way of traveling, etc. This morning they were a bit absent. So let's see. But yes, 2 training. It's always 2 training more to prepare this game.
Boxer Winston Hill believes he has prepared well enough to take on his opponents at the Commonwealth Games next month. Hill, who will compete in the 69-kilogram category, says the Fiji boxers have gone through intensive preparations and have also fought some good bouts in the lead-up to the Games.
We've been into intensive training for the last 12 weeks and just slowly tapering, and we've made a lot of changes in our training program compared to the last one. So we're always evolving and adapting to competitions.
That's it from Sports Tonight. Join Angie later on with weather and in new media. Google announces massive budget to fight its fake news problem. Details coming up.
Bula, Keron mai singatoka, Keron do talita kana barorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon mo tikola do talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuya sila tale, nagurara may naomani, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu Venezuela, nagudurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.
In new media, the search giant is launching the Google News initiative with the goal of promoting verified news sources. It also launched Subscribe with Google to make it easier for readers to pay for subscriptions to news services. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Such a great day to begin with, pretty bright sunshine overtaken by rain in few areas of the nation. And do note we have the equinox today, which means equal day and night. This happens when the sun comes in line with the equator. In the west for today, sunny spells were quite splendid. Hope those on vacation really enjoyed the sun and suntan. Eastwards from Pekhaba to Suva, more of a sunny day with light showers expected for tonight. And up north, guess nothing has really beaten the sun here. More sunshine for the northerners. At sea, easterly winds stand to 15 knots with moderate seas. For the tides, low tide will be at 10:17 p.m. with high tide at 4:38 a.m. Sunrise will be at 6:10. For tomorrow, another brightly lit day can be expected with few afternoon sprinkles. Tomorrow's temps, Lambasa will be quite warm with highs of 33 degrees. And looking further on to Friday, few light showers will be goofing around, but don't panic. The strong winds will just blow it away. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, do you know what meningococcal disease is?
No, I don't know what meningococcal is, but I think that we should raise awareness also in schools to be aware of what the disease is.
Honestly, I don't know what the disease is about, and I think that more awareness should be done so that people like me can know about diseases that are around us.
Yes, I think should be we should get more awareness because it's a new outbreak in Fiji at the moment. And most of the students, I believe we don't know about it at the moment.
I don't know. I think more awareness should be created to educate people.
In the world of the weird and the wonderful, scientists trialling new underwater camera gear in Antarctica have just discovered the equipment they thought was broken actually captured a rare close encounter with the whale. The mammal for some of us is not rare, but experts believe underwater footage of them in the Roth Sea has never been done before. Capping the main stories, bogus surveyors cheating Fijians, knife point rapist gets 14 years jail term and 10,000 to benefit from new Navosar Hospital. Now for these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. To our poll question this week, we are asking, can schools play a role in reducing student bus vandalism? Visit our FBC website to answer. Before we go, our shot of the day sent in by Rusiate Wipi. The picture was captured at Maui Bay. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News, and you can also follow and tweet us your news tip at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. That was your news for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
On the Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Kombinasyon mo tikola do talita kana Radio Fiji 1 kina Domoy Viti.
Kaya kuya sila tale, nagurara may naomani, nandunga. Gitu talita gini ang gitu Venezuela, nagudurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 na Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.